Hey everyone, Coach Sullivan here again from MJS Coaching Football. Again, my background 38 years coaching football. I've been either the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, or head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. So I'm here with you today to introduce our match quarters concept from the standpoint of what are the base assignment rules. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, excuse me, from the bottom corner, and then I'm going to kind of work my way clockwise here. Okay. So first up, the entire premise of our match quarters coverage is make the offense go the shortest route in the concept, whatever it might be, preferably check down to the running back. Okay. And then we all rally up from there. The concept of read number 2, he tells you what to do, is nothing new. Potentially, this is new in that number 2, assuming that it's 2 by 2 here, and at times number 2 is in the backfield, and then these are all part of many different lectures here on our match quarters concept. But assuming you have 2 by 2, each side acts independently of the other. So we call it gray 4. Again, the gray here comes in handy because we have 4 defenders on each side reading and reacting to number 2. It's always the inside-outside linebacker and the corner and the safety, the 2 DBs. On the other side, inside-outside backer, 2 DBs, corner and safety. These 4 react to their number 2. Separate, these 4 react to their number 2, whether it's tight end or detached. Okay? So on top of that, everybody is reading the surface, which is the offensive line. Again, that's a whole nother lecture, but we go from surface to 2. Surface to 2. So when the surface shows pass, everybody's eyes go to number 2. Okay? So when it comes to the corners, both the boundary and the field, the rules remain the same, as will be the case for the rover dime, whip free, Mike and backer. So when we're teaching the corner position, it's both. Same for safeties, inside and outside backers. Okay? So for the corners, number 2 is out, meaning 2 to you, you take them. And therein lies the premise. Of the 4 defenders, if 2's to you, you take them. Okay? And the bottom, I'm going to skip a little bit here. Our dividing line is 10 yards downfield from the line of scrimmage. Once he gets, we're not going to split hairs, 9.5. He's in and around 10 yards. He becomes a vertical, which means he becomes the safeties guy. Okay? So again, he's vertical, 2's to you, safety. You got him. Corner, he's out to you under 10. You got him. Okay? And then consequently, moving up here, inside linebackers, when 2 comes in, boop, you got him. Think the concept, 2 to you. Who picks him up? Okay? And so all we say is when 2 comes to you, you got a man. So corners carry the wheel, right? Inside linebackers hunt them up. We say cut, get in between the quarterback and number 2. And then if he runs across, as I always say, if he runs up into the stands to kiss his mom, you go up there and introduce yourself. It becomes man coverage, okay, man under. And as the safeties, he's vertical. We say it's Mott, man over 10, and they play with what we call zone vertical leverage. Again, all parts of many different lectures. All right? So when it comes to the rover and the dime, this is kind of easy. This coverage, after they read surface to 2, and if they can somehow redirect to and get hands on them is the best, but the receivers are taught to avoid. When they do their best to disrupt 2's release, now they're always working outside to 1. Always. Makes it kind of easy. So if 2's outside, they expand to 1, they look at 1. If 1's coming hard inside, they pick up 1. Because remember, the corner is going to be taking 2. If two's vertical, he's going to expand outside again, checking number one. Okay, and if one is just sitting there in a hitch, he's going to jump the hitch. We don't want the corner jumping so the corner can sink underneath potentially a corner route or a deep out. Okay, just remember, throw to the shortest route in the concept. All right, and two's vertical, same deal. He's going to expand to one, check one. In every case, if one's not coming in the outside backer, he balances up, gets his eyes in the backfield, no threat there. He looks for somebody coming across the formation. Okay? And then the last thing I'm going to talk about here with the backer is the inside backer, they just pivot. There's no drops. We never ask them to go cover curls. I mean, to me, that makes no sense. If two's not to them, they pivot back and they look running back to Q, running back to Q. If running back's to them, they go fine, hug them up. If running back's away, they mirror the Q. Okay? And if running back's away in mirroring the Q, okay, and the Q starts to tuck it, he becomes a fourth rusher. He goes and gets him. If the running back comes to the inside backer but he's blocking, that's what's meant by key rush. The inside linebacker then rushes the open gap, makes a move on the blockers, and he becomes the fourth rusher. But I said earlier in the lecture, you never know who the fourth rusher is. Well, the protection can determine that if the running back is in the protection. Okay, makes sense? All right, well, there's our little introduction, if you will, to our match quarters coverage. Be happy to answer any questions. Just reach out to me, please, at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com. I didn't put it on this slide because, as you can see, there's an awful lot of stuff on there. Please feel free to pause it and copy the whole thing down, screenshot it, whatever you'd like. Have a great rest of your day.